but it just feels kind of random and weird and kind of like this hazy gray area that was, you guys kind of threw it together like, it's just forgetting where you're coming from. It's a common actor habit, you know, and it's unfortunate because it's the first thing we see, you know, so get it clear. And it's a very specific mission, you know. What is the mission for you, Alexa? Like, what is the plan at the beginning? What do you want from him?
To get him private so I can.
So you can do what?
Just like go off on him.
Because you just cannot. So it kind of shifts, right? It shifts from going off on him for revealing this sort of private information to the whole sexual thing.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I think what's tricky for you is that even though you're unloading on him for revealing this information, you can't forget how attracted to him you are. That it's still there, that it's just like...
And I think that's why she doesn't want to let me go.
Yeah.
She said,
sure. Yeah, I mean, that's another moment we're going to look at about the fireworks coming out of your line. So like that line is hysterical, right? But it's not set up. Okay, like right now, like you got to figure out how that's going to work.
Right.
Because you, in the show, you actually leave the room and then you come back in, right? You have to stage that.
Yeah.
And if you decide that you don't want to do it that way, that's okay with me. But you still have to figure out how to make it work so that when you say that line, it doesn't just sort of come from nowhere.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because we were playing with that, but we thought we might confuse the audience if she left.
Okay.
And it might slow the.
All right. So then, what would it slow down? The humor of it is, to me, we think she's done with you.
Right.
So if it was me, I would have had her walk literally out the aisle and slam the door. And then we think the scene's over.
Yeah.
And then storm back in and walk back in like the president. And say, I'm not done with you yet. You know, and you're like, oh God, here it comes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, yes, you could say, well, you're not supposed to do that. Actors aren't supposed to do that. Who said?
Well, no one said.
Nobody said. The safe actors don't do that. The risk takers do. So moving forward. So you started the scene there, and then you kind of got a little off, and then what happens? So you're talking to him about how you're upset, about what? About how he
used the information, like I gave him a blurb, and then why'd he do that? And he said, well, you would have done it anyways. And
Okay.
Of course I would have.
So when you guys are looking at each other here, there still has to be a tremendous sexual chemistry that both of you are trying to deny. That both of you are trying to fight against. Like you did a lot of great things. That's why I shook your hand, because it really was good. I'm just saying let's ratchet it up even more. That let's create more tension. Like you have to be a lot more tense here because you're married and you have a baby on the way. We have a real problem here, don't we?
Yes.
What's the problem?
That I still want her.
And you have a wife named Alethea, and which is one of my favorite lines that you say. So, but what I'm saying is, like, you've got a real dilemma here when you're talking to her. Like, what about the side of you going, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I with Alethea when I'm having these feelings for her? By the way, and then when you say that whole part about, you know, do you really want me to tell you about how you held my hand and all that stuff? Like at that point, you need to almost be crying.
Okay.
Because it's so emotional for you. Now, that's where you separate, you know, to me, the comic from the comedic actor. Like the comedic actor can create truth and honesty within a comedic scene like this and still keep it honest and real, and it's not shticky. It's coming out of truth. I'm laughing at the pain that you're in. I have empathy for you, but I'm laughing because I could say, man, I've been there. I've so been there. That's the goal.